Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Astronaut, and I'm so glad you decided to click on this video and spend a little time with me, hang out here with me for a little bit. If you do like this content, I would appreciate you smashing that subscribe button, click the like button, and say hello through the comments. I really want to hear from you guys. Alright guys, this video is all about the internet's reaction to the Fighter Pack 3 trailer, which we saw a few days ago. And the reactions were so interesting that I felt like it was worth making a video about. So before I get started though, I would like to say that this was probably one of the wackiest trailer reveal moments that I have ever seen. And the reactions were across the board. I mean, you had I saw people get angry, I saw people get mad, I saw people get happy, I saw people get hysterical, I saw people go into shock, I saw people just sit there and stare at their monitor and then get up and walk away. I saw people who just took off running across the room. I saw people who started pushing and shoving. And it was truly a phenomenon. I mean, hands down, a phenomenon. And, I want to just take a moment to compare it to the last Fighter Pack 2, and the experience and the reactions that happened with that, because I think that's worth noting, especially with where I'm going in this discussion. When Fighter Pack 2 came out, everyone had a general understanding of who these characters were going to be. These were the characters where the silhouettes were very obvious and self-revealing, because everyone knew that the guy with the triangle hat was going to be Raiden, and that the guy with the overly sized helmet was going to be Black Manta, and everyone was already theorizing about Hellboy. So going into the trailer, everyone already had a sense of hype, everyone was on the same page, everyone was pretty much in a sense had a sense of unity about each other, because we all knew who these characters were going to be. So as they were, so the trailer starts, and then you see Black Manta, and everyone gets excited, and then you see Raiden, and everyone gets even more excited, and then you see Hellboy, and everyone just goes nuts. And so all of the excitement just kind of slowly dies down into chatter and discussion, and people just talking about the trailer. And so there was just a general feeling of unity. Everyone was pretty much feeling positive, the energy was positive, and everyone was pretty much facing in the same direction when it came to Fighter Pack 2. Now, Fighter Pack 3 is a completely different story. When that trailer came on, I noticed amongst the reactions, and I was even watching the crowd who was actually there at the Injustice 2 World Championship, and that crowd had just the most energy because it was so many people and the energy was just really cool. But when the Atom comes on, then everyone's like, yay! And then the Enchantress comes on, and everyone's like, whoa! And then the Turtles come on, and that's when the whole room kind of goes into this confusion, and different sects of people start doing their own thing, basically. There were some people who were racing across the room and slapping high fives, and then you had people who were just staring there, just literally standing still in shock, looking around like, what? Utter confusion. And then of course, you had some people who, they were just enjoying the moment, so they were just hanging out. But I mean, literally, you could feel it. The whole entire room just went into this division of emotion, and I think there was just a general sense of disappointment, and I even detected that with the gamer reactions. I specifically went to some of the more popular YouTube gamer channels to check out some of their reactions, and honestly, on a whole, with all of the gamer reactions that I saw in these reaction videos, there was a general sense of disappointment. And to be honest with you, I understand that. And here's why. This is why I think there was a general sense of disappointment. Now, with the Injustice 2 series, people get the exclusive opportunity to play with um, um, comic book characters that they have never played with before, ever. There's not a lot of fighter games out there where you can just pick up a copy, run home, and play as your favorite comic book characters. Now, there are some iconic comic book characters that have always had their own video games. Like Batman has always had video games. Superman has always had video games. I think even Wonder Woman has had, some video games here and there, or Supergirl, or whatever. There are some iconic comic book characters that have been in video games here and there over the years. But the Injustice 2 franchise gave comic book characters and gamers the exclusive opportunity to play as certain comic book characters that have never been used or demonstrated in any type of fighting video game ever. And I mean, I'll be honest, as a gamer, to be able to play as a character that you've loved and adored and maybe even idolized over the years, and they're like your hero, to be able to play as some of these characters, that's an incredible experience. And so, one thing about the downloadable characters, the DLCs, okay, well, even if your favorite character didn't make it to the main roster, you still have the possibility of being able to play as one of your favorite comic book characters with a DLC. And so the DLCs kind of really added a lot of value to the experience of the game. And so now we have Fighter Pack 3, and okay, so we have the Atom, and then we have Enchantress, and okay, these are comic book characters. These are people that that comic book fans want to play as. They want to play as the Atom. They want to play as Enchantress. These are people that have been in comics, and to be quite honest with you, I can't think of any games that the Atom or Enchantress have ever been in, okay? So these are good selections. These are really good, even if these weren't necessarily the people that the gamers wanted to see. You still are getting a chance to play as characters that you've read about, that you've seen in comic books and storylines and all that stuff. Now, when you look at the Turtles is a disappointment on several levels. One, they are not typical comic book characters, and that's just the obvious fact, okay? So I won't belabor that. But two, you have the Turtles, they're taking up a space that another comic book character could have been in, that people or fans or gamers out there would have loved to have played as. The thing about the Turtles is that the Turtles have been out for like 30 years. The Turtles have been a major like money-making franchise. I mean, they have had T-shirts, they've had memorabilia, they've had movies, they've had shows, they've been in cartoon form, they've been in live action form, and they've had an endless stream of video games. I myself, growing up as a kid, I had two Turtle video games. One was for the NES, and then I had Turtles in Time for the Super NES. So the opportunity to have played as a turtle in a video game has been out there for years. You can download a ROM and play a ROM on your PC, of one of the Turtles games. You can go out into any movie trading company. You can go out or eBay or Amazon. You can buy it's readily available to be able to pick up a turtle title and play as a turtle. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that hard. So for Ed Boon to choose the Turtles, of all creations, of all creatures, of all character concepts and ideas, to include in Injustice a series, an exclusive series that allows gamers and comic book fans to play as their childhood fan favorites, their lifelong idols, their lifelong heroes, to play as some characters that they've never had a chance to play before because they've never had a video game to come along to include them in. And to take that slot and give it to the Turtles, a franchise that has been completely, I won't say they've been overdone, but the Turtles have had their time. They have had their time to shine. They have had their 15 minutes of fame. Actually, they have had like hours upon days upon weeks, of fame, of months and years and whatnot. So of all the characters that Ed Boon could have chosen, I think there was a general sense of disappointment with the Turtles because if anyone is like me, I've grown up with the Turtles. I'm used to them. I've played them. I've had my fun with them. I've had action figures, and I'm sure the people watching, the trailer and were tuning in to see, it was the same thing for them. A generation is a generation. Everyone in my generation, all of us, we've all been exposed to the Turtles. So guys, I won't keep on going on that point. But I hope that I was able to communicate the idea of understanding why there was a general sense of disappointment with the Turtles. Now, of course, we still have a lot to look forward to in terms of seeing how they will play, how they plan to integrate them into the game. There's still a lot of fun things, and I've kind of gotten to the point where now I am looking forward to see what's actually going to happen. But I wanted to take a moment to break this down and give a thorough analysis of exactly what I saw happening during the reaction that night. So just kind of going to the latter part or the second half of this video, I just wanted to take some time to talk about the Turtles and the one thing that has everyone kind of confused about or really wondering exactly how are they going to play. Are they going to play as one character where each turtle is going to be like a variation of one character? Like you choose one character, but you can choose a variation of Michelangelo or a variation of Donatello or things like that? Or are they going to be four separate characters? Because I actually explained this, I actually explored this in one of my previous videos where I was thinking that possibly they NetherRealm might be planning on releasing one character at a time, and if they do that, then we would have Hellboy in November, The Atom in December, Enchantress in January, and then February, March, April, May would all see the release of an individual turtle. So I don't really know if that's what they're gonna do, but I was theorizing about that because I know E3 is going to be coming out probably in June of next year, and that would mean that the last turtle would be released May of 2018, a month before E3, and that would, pretty much keep fans involved all the way up until E3, where Ed Boon, I'm guessing, is probably going to do a premiere or a trailer for Mortal Kombat 11. So I kind of had that planned out, but someone said something that kind of threw me for a loop, and I didn't even think about it, which was back in how in Mortal Kombat X, they took Triborg and combined three characters. They combined Smoke, Cyrex, and Sector all in one character. So I'm just so if you think about Triborg, then it does seem like, okay, well, that's probably what they're going to do. They're going to release the turtles as one character and then do variations of them. So, one character, you have four choices to play in one character. So yes. So that's pretty much how, I mean, I'm just trying to put two and two together. That's kind of how I see things happening. Yes. Anyways, well, I guess I'm sorry, guys. I'm still kind of in a bit of a confusion. That's why I'm sitting here like up. But yeah. So I'm just looking forward to seeing how the gameplay is going to unravel in this situation. And Ed Boon he really got the best of us on this one. So if you enjoyed this content, guys, if you enjoyed my analysis and my breakdown, please leave a comment below, and smash that subscribe button and hit the like button. I will see you guys again in the next video. Astronaut out.